goals, the exact person that you want to fall in love with. But, you know, when I made my goals for the year, last year, you know, one of them was to find, I think I might have put get married or something, or find the woman that's worth my love, and, you know, that I want to marry. And, you know, I think I did find that. So, Aww. So, you know, it was in my plan, you know, but the who I didn't know, you know, so it just kind of happened, and I'm happy that you're in my life and that we're here. And not that I'm trying to get all teary and gooey on the podcast, but, you know, I'm just saying it does happen, and I'm not telling him he can't be in a relationship for a year, and some people will tell him that, and I'm just saying be very, very careful, have a backup plan, and watch the expectations that you have on other people, because they could come back, man, and you don't even see it coming. You know, you just walked right into a minefield, and it's just like, whoa, where'd that come from? And then next thing you know, back to the hospital, back to detox, back to treatment. And if I can save them a trip, you know, just by being real with them, not being negative.
Well, I mean, I think it should be said for sure that this whole 1 year thing, the 1 year rule, or whoever made that up, I don't even know, but it's not anything, like you said, that's set in stone for like a time guideline. It's not like once you hit a year, like, I think somebody once said to me, like, what are people going to do? Like, people are going to wait this year and then go out, like, don't get in a serious relationship or whatever. So they expect these people to, like, ignore their human needs or whatever, and then they're going to end up and make huge mistakes. And it's okay, I'm not in a relationship. I'm just, you know, like, dating all these people or whatever. But the year thing it's mostly just a concern that you're supposed to really be focusing on yourself and where you're at with your program, where you're at with your own recovery. And because the reason why we drank and used is because we weren't okay with ourselves. You know, that's why, at least for me, it's, you know, I was not okay with myself, and I didn't, you know, and so when you're coming from that depth of issues that you have, dealing with those and coming to terms with everything, and you know, changing everything about your daily life and how you do things and how you view things and the whole big picture, it really needs, it's a lot of stress, and it's a lot of work, and you know, relationships is a whole nother person that you need to be concerned about and care about and love, and that's great. That's fine and good, but until you're really truly okay with you again, at least on some level. I mean, I'm not okay with me 100%. I don't think that, you know, it's a work in progress. We all are, but to be in that spot with, like, you know, that you're okay to be able to, you know, still keep yourself in mind and your recovery in mind, and that comes first. So everything else that I love doesn't have to come last. And
it matters. I mean, it's just, and this is the thing too. It's different for everybody. Everybody's recovery is their own. And for me, you know, and this is something that I would talk to therapists about all the time. You know, I would have a stretch of 5 months sober. You know, I would drink for a weekend. You know, then go back and have 3 months sober, and then a 2-week bender, and then have another 3 months or 4 months. And, you know, all that clean time has to add up, it seems to me. And, you know, 2015 is when I started this journey of, you know, falling down and getting back up. And that's a long time, you know. Mm-hmm. So a year and a half now, a little over a year and a half now. So, you know, did I wait my year? If you put all that together, sure, I've waited 5. Mm-hmm. So it's been, I don't know. I mean, there were relationships in there, but I truly, like you said, you know, I had to find myself and be happy with myself. And I know that doctors will say, and I've heard 1.5 years, 2 years, 3 years, might depend on the drug of choice. I don't know, but they say it takes that long for your brain to heal. 1 year, I've heard 1.5 years, I've heard 2 years, I've heard it all. Mm-hmm. I can tell you though, I've never felt as clear-headed and cared about someone else's feelings without being codependent, you know, and that was something I had to deal with as well, is, the codependency thing. And that's just, not just in our relationship, but relationship with, with friends and family. And, you have to realize that whatever I do today, I can't worry about, oh, is Marnie sad? Is this going to upset Marnie? I have to take into consideration before I do it. Is this something that, I'm not obviously like cheating or something like that. That's not what I'm talking about. But like, hey, if I go to the store now, is she going to be mad? Instead it's like, hey, if I go to the store now, oh, I'm going to buy her a shirt. That'll make her happy. That's like a surprise thing. But it's not like, well, if I go to the store, I have to buy her a shirt to make her happy. And if I don't, then she's going to be mad. And a guy was telling me yesterday that he can't even watch TV. He said if he's watching a TV show and there's a bra ad, even on TV, just a commercial, anything, or if there's someone on a beach and the show comes run across, he said she would jump up and be like, oh yeah, you like that, don't you? And he said she'd whip up her shirt and be like, well, here's mine, and whip down her panties and like, here's my booty, and I was like, oh my gosh, man, you need to get out of that, bro. And like,
That's crazy.
How do you even stand 1 minute of that, man? And he just was like, well, that's the mother of my child. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, God hates you. No, I didn't say that, but it's kind of what I thought a little bit. But like in those situations, like if you can't watch a TV show because it makes someone else mad because they think you're thinking something sexual, and yeah, you're a male. If you see a woman who's attractive on TV or something, you go, yeah, okay, yeah, that's attractive. But I don't know. I mean, maybe there was some sexual issues there in the relationship to begin with. I have no idea. He didn't get into that part. But, I mean, I don't know. But it just sounded like a life of hell to me, though. But, just stopping the codependency that you base your actions and everything that you do on worrying if it's going to make someone else mad. Is someone else sad? I don't know. I'm going to do what's best for me, especially in early recovery. That's key. And people will call me a jerk, and that's fine. They have their opinion. They can feel that way, and I don't let it bother me because that's their opinion. And if I went out and stole someone's car or something, yeah, I can see why they'd be mad at me. Mm-hmm. But if I'm just doing my thing and they don't like something that I said to them, whether it just be directly, indirectly, or just if I'm just stating the way I feel, and they're like, well, you can't say that, it hurts my feelings. Well, no, I'm telling you how I feel. Like that has nothing to do. Your feelings are your feelings. You can tell me that it hurts your feelings, but you can't tell me that I can't say that because it hurts your feelings. You see
right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not sure if it was making sense.
Oh. Have you been reading the Languages of Love book?
No, I have not. Why?
They talk about stuff like that.
Do they?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like about that you need to like be yourself, and your personal growth needs to kind of like come first.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not even talking about alcoholism or addiction at all. They don't even. Well, I mean, I haven't finished it yet, but it's a really good book. Anna let me borrow it, and it's it talks about just basically like a relationship will only sustain itself if and continue to grow and be stable if each individual is just that, like takes care of themselves for themselves to be themselves, and then that person is the person that you respect, admire, love, and support. So it's like, celebrating the person that they are and not changing who you are to kind of mesh with the other people, because then you get resentments and then you get anger, and it goes south, and then all that builds and builds and builds, and then you're left with nothing real anymore. And then the other person or both people don't even know who they really are anymore without that, hence the codependency. But no, it's a really good book. So
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
If it's on Audible, I'll listen to it, but I'm more of a listening kind of guy. But one thing the guy did say, and I was so proud of him when he said it, was that he doesn't want that life anymore. He doesn't want that kind of relationship. and that he deserved better. And that was just a huge thing for me with him, because that is something that, okay, like he's showing that he knows he has worth, and he knows that he is worth something. And it's easy, you know, when you're beat up and down and out, that like nobody's going to want me. And then the first person that does, oh yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
And
you know, that's a really common feeling too, unfortunately, for people that are just new in recovery, is like you're coming out of the fog and you're like really like taking your own inventory, and you're like, man, and it's hard to be like, I'm an awesome person, you know, and celebrate yourself. So good for him, you know, to recognize his, you know, that he's worth more, and that itself might be, you know, give him more drive and focus, you know, on what he's doing. So good for him.
Yeah. I had, you know, last summer or something similar, and I just knew that, you know what, and the old me would have been like, oh, that's okay, you know, it's okay. But I was like, no, that's not how I want to be treated. You know, I'm out. Peace. And that was awesome. And now if I would have been, oh, I got to wait a year, I never would have realized that I had that much growth, and that I had learned that much about myself, and that I found worth in myself. So it was kind of nice to just kind of walk away, and I guess a text message, but I didn't think Messenger counted, so whatever.
It so counts.
Okay, whatever. Whatever, same thing. You know,
obviously,
yeah, whatever.
Hasn't bothered either of you.
So it worked out how it's supposed to, and you know, now I feel like I found someone who treats me how I want to be treated, and who gives me the love, and you know, someone I enjoy spending time with. So it's worked out for the best for sure. And you know, but to realize that, and to take your time, take it slow. You know, don't just rush in. You know, if you really want a relationship with somebody, you know, take your time and get to know yourself. Get to know if this person's going to fit with you. You know, don't just settle. I'm just saying, like, it's a long topic about relationships. We always go long about this kind of thing.
I know.
Yeah. Now, I was going to have you review E.T.
Oh.
Because this is something that we've all probably seen. It's been a long time. But
I mean, okay.
Let's start with the star. Let's start with the star system.
Well, okay. Because it's a classic. It's an automatic up to 5. I don't care who you are.
Okay.
Even if you didn't like it. Huh?
5 out of 10?
No, I'm saying it's automatically up there. It starts at 5. Like, you can't go below that.
So it starts mediocre.
No, I'm saying in general. No matter who you are, you can't give it less than a 5. Nobody can.
I'd just give it a 2.
Because it's a classic. No, you wouldn't. E.T.
Is it really a classic? Like, who says it's...
Have you watched it more than once?
Yeah, probably.
All the way through?
When I was like 7, 6.
That still counts.
No, there was no other movies.
It does.
We didn't have cable. My mom was poor. That's all we had.
It still counts.
Oh, I loved Ghostbusters, and we got Ghostbusters. That was great.
Ghostbusters is great.
But, no, so,
I mean, it's for what it is. I mean, it's not like, you know, action, really. I mean, but there's some action, but it's not like it. I mean, what do you think it qualifies as? What do they even say on there? Like, what does it say?
Sci-fi, maybe?
Maybe. I'd be curious.
Romantic comedy?
A little fun fact, a little FF for you, is that it is actually filmed outside of Los Angeles.
I was getting Hollywood?
I was getting like an Arizona vibe. No, when they're on their bikes and stuff.
Yeah, it looked like California.
I don't know.
On a set somewhere.
It was not a set.
Speaking of that, I'm glad you brought the bikes up, because they're like, when I grew up.
Stay here. Stay with me. Stay with me here, Corey.
Bikes. Okay, back to my bike theory later. All right, so back to ET being less than average.
I'm saying that it's a 7.
7 out of 10.
Yeah. It's a really good movie, and it's a tearjerker at the end.
So 3.5 out of 5.
But it's like good tears, you know. But you're still sad because, you know, he doesn't go with them in the spaceship, or, you know, he can't stay with Elliot. But they both will always be together. Like, you know, he says, I'll be right here. Points to his head.
Why wasn't there a sequel?
Because then you would say it wasn't as good as the first one.